going to just my life.
I don't know.
I don't know. See,
So this girl, I met this girl. I think at a party. That we just exchanged contacts. So I now called her to my house and she came.
Right.
Right. I did not expect that she would come, but she came. Apparently, she's a hookup girl.
Okay.
So before she came, we had an understanding that no, me, I don't want to have sex with you. I just like your vibe.
You told her.
Yeah, that's what I told her, that I'm not, because she was already giving me billing.
Okay.
Oh, it's like, if I'm coming, you have to pay my cab fare. This how much?
For short time, this one.
Right.
And I was like, no, me, I'm not.
I just like you, we're friends.
I just like your.
We're not going to have sex.
We're not going to have sex. I just want to talk. Then I was having writer's block.
Right.
So I just wanted to have a conversation with her. Then
get the energy.
Yeah, so I can
female energy is good for that.
So,
right.
So she came, and we just started talking. I bought alcohol, I bought drinks, and a lot of women like alcohol.
Yes.
Women like alcohol. Yeah,
it's wine. A thing. I don't know why.
Yeah. So we're now talking. She was now, and I asked her like she should tell me her stories, like hookup stories that she went maybe. Because she's a lady, she came from Lagos.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, she has
a huge nice culture there. Right.
So like I know
was she fair?
No, she was dark skin. So I asked her like, please tell me.
No, I'm telling you a good story. I'm trying to visualize now, you know.
So I asked her to tell me one of her crazy stories. So she said, she didn't even have to think. Do you understand? Like,
she has one on lock, like already.
She did not have to think about it. She just said, let me tell you about this one time in Lagos. So this guy called her at about 1 a.m. And my first one was like, and you went, do you know the guy? She said no. She said the guy said he's going to pay her double.
Right.
The guy is going to pay her double, and that if they are normal, she was charging the guy 50k. The guy said he will pay her 100k.
Right.
And he will give her an extra 50k for transport.
Right.
So she went. She got there to the estate, and of course the young boy, and like the guy welcomed her, blah blah blah, and like he got to it, and the guy actually gave her the money, and she went to. So like this is just like so what's wrong with that? She now said she's just telling me so that I will not judge her for the other story she's going to tell me.
Shit.
Do you understand? Like she told me that one, I was already expecting that something
maybe right. And we know those kind of.
Yes, like but it did not happen. And the guy actually came through and gave her the money. She now said, now she wants to now tell me a story now. She now said there's this guy that she knows. They are like a frequent customer.
Yeah.
The guy's friend is her friend's boyfriend.
Right.
That was how she like the guy called her, they had a party, house party. The guy from 9 p.m. in the evening. So she was there. The party was going on, and by 11 a.m., 12 a.m., she was trying to leave. The guy is not allowed to leave. That they should not leave. And it was only she and that her friend. Do you understand? That her girlfriend. Yes. That they were the only girls still remaining in the place. That the guy said that they are going to the beach.
In the night?
Yes, in the night. That they are going to the beach around 2. So they should just wait and just chill. So that was how she was there. She was trying to leave. They actually did not allow to leave.
That's your first clue now.
So she says she now texted one of her friends to come and pick her from the place. So this guy now, the boyfriend of her friend now came to borrow her phone. That let them do a transaction, that she should come and help them talk to use her voice to talk to us. So she went, but the guy was still with her phone though. So she was talking to the person doing blah 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 blah. This thing was dragging. This was already 1 a.m. ish, and she was like, I have to go home. Like I have to go home now. She was now getting pissed off, angry that she was angry, and then that they still not allowed to go. Luckily for her, that her friend now called her phone. So the guy now saw the call. Now said, who did this way they call you? And she was like, oh, my friend. She told me she was coming for the party already. So the guy now said, no, now, just you and your friend, we don't want to make plenty girls big. So she now said, but she's outside.
Okay.
The girl, my friend, is outside. The girl was not outside. So that the girl is outside. So they now said, okay, let me follow you. The guy now said, let me follow you to go and meet her. She now said, no, that why you follow me to come and meet her? You know, she just played.
Right.
He now said, okay, I'll go your phone. Go and come back. That I'll go your phone. She left her bag, her phone. When she now got outside, she was wearing slippers. When she got outside, they had switched off all the lights. It's an estate. They had switched off all the lights all the outside lights. The gate was locked. The small gate was locked. They don't have security guy. So it's like a Yahoo boy kind of
Yeah,
they don't have
like a coven of Yahoo boys.
Coven, yeah, exactly. She said she jumped the fence.
Yes.
And just
Yeah.
A friend.
no friend. She jumped the
The
fence.
other friend that was.
She left. She left her.
Breath.
The girl was in the know. The girl was in the know.
Yes, they set people up.
Yes, and they use girls. These girls they use now.
To make you comfortable.
Yeah, make you comfortable. The girl was in the know, but she did not even know this one. That she just wanted to
It's just
escape.
yeah.
She now. That's how she jumped fence.
Run away.
By the time she walked front, she saw a bike. The bike took her home. She said that was just how her body was just.
Yeah.
She just felt that something was off.
Something terrible.
Yeah, she just felt it and she just jumped the fence and just ran away. She said after 2 months, the guy sent her a message on Instagram asking her that what happened the other day now, what happened the other day.
After 2 months.
After 2 months, that yes. The guy didn't contact her again.
That's so true.
After 2 months, he just sent her a message and he now video called her. He said, Omo, you get lucky. Thank your stars. Say you just go to thank your God. And the guy, since that day, he never had problem with him.
Bro, I'm even from
I'm trying to be fine now.
They are together now.
They're together.
They're still like.
They're not
No,
friends again.
how can they be?
They are not friends again. Even the girl, she said she doesn't even know where that one is.
Bro,
The guy told her that
I have goosebumps right now.
you are just thank your stars that you are lucky. That's you are lucky.
She was gone. She was already.
She told me another story that they picked she and her friend from Moscow. Moscow underground.
Is it now? That's Abuja?
In Abuja, yes. So the guys they were with in the VIP section was nice. She went with her friend again. They would just call their friend that after blah 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 data. And she was going home with one man. So this man just kept driving her into the that Pape side. That in Pape side that they're just going.
And it's just darkness, Pape.
Yeah, they're just going.
Yeah.
That she now got to the place that she doesn't know. And the guy stopped the car and said, how much does she have in her account?
Yeah.
How much does she have in her account? Like she had like 400 and something thousand.
Jesus.
And the guy said she should transfer it.
Everything.
He was not even holding anything, no. He was not holding anything first.
Okay.
And the guy was driving a G-Wagon.
Yeah. I have a story.
Similar story.
Yeah, I don't even need to tell the story.
The
Continue.
guy was driving a G-Wagon. So that was how like she said she had like a limit. She had transfer limit.
Daily limit.
Yes, daily limit.
100K.
100K, something like that. So she could not transfer all the money.
Yeah.
So the guy now slapped her that why she has to transfer the money or he's even going to rape her and rape her in if she doesn't beat her and kill her.
Wow.
That she
Wait, it happened to her.
It happened to her, yeah. That she now begged the guy that please, this. There's nothing that I will transfer the money if I can transfer the money for you. Or you just take my phone and my thing. The guy said, yeah, transfer the 100K. She now made the transfer. Now left her there and
Drove back.
After
That thing is so common.
After all these things, you still go. Say, it's the hustle.
It's like it's part of life. If you watch Soft White Underbelly, do you know that? Watch it. Soft White Underbelly on YouTube. They interview like really downtrodden people, prostitutes, pimps. Well, pimps are not really downtrodden. They make their living on the downtrodden. Yeah. But girls, they talk about stories like this. But the funny thing is that Elizabeth said I should interview somebody. So she found somebody for me to interview, and the girl told me this exact story. But this one, the girl jumped out of the car while they were trying to rob her. They had already snatched the bag. The guy brought out a knife and was trying to cut her. So she jumped out of the car. I'm telling you. And his Jeep, black Jeep. So it's like, in my mind, it just shows me like the depth of evil of people. You have a Jeep, meaning that you have money, or you are able to steal the kind of money, or you're able to steal car, or whatever it is that you're doing. Then you see a small girl that is just dress and bag and phone that she has. You now carry your Jeep and use knife to threaten this small girl. She said she jumped out of a moving car to survive. Because I think maybe they didn't lock the car or something, so they are already taking the bag that had the phone inside, and she jumped out on the road.
Just take a lot of risk.
Yeah.
So they're brave. Me, I can't do it. I can't.
Imagine me going, okay,
But no, as a guy, like physically you'll be safe. But
I've actually done something stupid before that it was later I realized that guy.
what are you doing? Okay. You follow one stupid girl to one remote place.
Yes. Yeah. Not even a remote place. This was not even a remote place. That day, I was staying with you then. I just entered the house. Like 11 or 12 the house, and this evil girl.
Yes.
Called me that. How far? Where are you? I'm in so hotel in Gaikiye. I'm in so hotel. Come.
And you came.
Bro, I just removed my clothes to lie down. I don't know the devil.
It's Satan, yes.
That made me. I wore my clothes back.
Jesus.
And when I had to wake my innocent little sister to come and lock the door. Someone that they left the door open for me because I was back. So I had to go and wake her that I'm going now. Come and lock the. I went. I drove there. I got there. The gate man opened the gate. It's like a guest house.
Guest house.
Yeah. So they're not there.
Yeah, it's guest house.
So apparently, I think she said when I entered the room, she was of course, welcome me, blah blah blah. We did. Then after having sex, she now told me that I have to leave very early in the morning, around 4, because she doesn't want her girlfriend to see me. Exactly my face, like
Girlfriend.
Like, what are you talking about? So like, no, she's here with her girlfriend. Her girlfriend went out. do you know what that means? That means your girlfriend can come and see me with you, and anything can happen.
Any string of things.
Sleeping now.
And she can stab you.
I didn't wait till 4 o'clock. I did not wait till 4 o'clock.
So thank you, my sister.
I just got up. I just chilled small. Got up, carried myself.
Carry your kaya.
I went back. It was later that I thought about it. That why? Because as I'm in that room, anything can happen.
It could even be a guy.
It could even be a guy. Anything could have happened, but because of pussy.
Yeah.
Hey. It was later that it dawned on me that was the most stupid thing I've done in my life.
I think the most stupid thing I've done is I traveled to Jos.
Oh, let's hear this one.
That was like.
So this is what happens when a woman gives you consent.
Yeah.
When a woman says, "Oh, come, you do something stupid."
Kill yourself.
This I think 8 to 10 years ago.
When you started doing bad things.
It was like
10 years ago.
It was like Christmas period or something like that. Let's say come to Jos. I had that boss that day.
Nigeria was safe now then.
Yeah. And since that nobody they don't even ask that.
But you know you're an animal, right? Just.
That was the first time I'm going to Jos my life.
I don't know.
See.
I'm just hearing you for the first time.
I love this.
Nobody know. In my house, they don't ask where are you. They feel I'm always in.
You have full agency. I run it.
So I went to Jos. I got to tell the girl came, chilled, slept the next day, entered car and came back to Abuja.
Oh, did you have sex?
What did I go to?
You have to ask.
I go for just.
I have a story for this.
I go for just. Like that. I was like when I got back, like I was going to Jos. I didn't tell anybody I was going to do it. And that was the first and last time I went to Jos.
Can you?
Or you get another call.
So women can summon people. This is a story. It didn't happen here, but it's online. This guy was at home. like him, tired. It was 11 o'clock. But this one, it was his girlfriend. The girlfriend called him that, oh, babe, I'm horny. I need to have sex with you. I miss you, babe. Come. I was like, babe, you live very far. Like, it's usually difficult for us to see. If I come, it will take a long time for me to get there. She's like, no, babe, just go and buy some white wine, some snacks. Please, I'll make sure I will do it very well. Right? So he's like, fine. He leaves his house. He has to enter a train, like late train in the night, risking your life because all the crazy people come out on the train at night. He got to our house like 12:30, 1, almost 1. He knocked on the door. The girl opened it. She's like, I'm not even in the mood again. So the guy. so in my mind, I'm like, if I'm the judge in that case, they sentenced him. I can't remember how many years they gave him. But I told myself that if I'm the judge in that case, I'll say, okay, guilty, but tell her sorry. That's all. Go. Just tell her sorry and go home. Because what is that? That is consent. The woman gave conditions. If you fulfill these conditions, if you come, he wasted his money, risked his life.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not in the mood. But the guy collected everything. I went to prison. So are you encouraging us to ask the question? Like, if I see a girl now and it's clear that we like each other, do I say, baby, can I squeeze your right breast?
No, like let there be an agreement.
Okay.
That's consent.
Now,
Is the agreement in terms of vocal agreement?
Okay, I'm going to shoot myself in the leg.
Please.
I was going to say something,
See,
but
gone.
I know initially I said the whole blah, but you said when you guys are feeling each other, is there a need to? I mean, you should, because in a case where maybe you guys do it, whatever, and then she goes out and she says you raped her, what are you going to say?
Yeah, that's what happened with the boy from Ohio that he's talking about. Because people were so afraid of these things that the guy said, girls, record a Snapchat.
Yeah.
Record a video. You've agreed to have sex with us off camera, but do it on camera.
Yeah.
And they recorded. We went on camera and she said, "I've agreed to have such and such woman agreed to have sex with that boy," and they still went to police.
And she still said it was a rape situation or something.
Yeah.
And like, thank God there's an evidence.
They still went to jail.
They still went to jail.
Yes.
They still went to jail.
Yeah. But they appealed and it came out.
But they lost their scholarship.
Yeah. They lost their scholarship. They didn't get the scholarship back. Yeah, so, the thing is, people think that jail is the only thing that happens to a guy when he's accused of rape. There are many things.
Yeah.
You understand? It's not just, you go to prison. Like, the pastor, did he go to prison? But he lost a lot of money. He lost members. He lost reputation. You know what I mean? And those things, to a man, you can't replace it. Because now, every time we talk about pastor, it's on that case, for God's sake. How can that be what someone is not, with all the things that he has done, with all his accomplishments? That is what that woman just sat down to do by herself. Okay, what consequence has she faced?
No. Zero.
So if you go back, most like season 2, we have a lot of these stories talking about green light and red flags, right? So we're trying to like explain this or trying to find out exactly what this thing is, where a girl says, okay, that's a red flag if a guy does this, right? And the girl says that no, she doesn't give consent, she gives green lights.
Green light is consent.
But what is? I don't understand green light. You flash me like
No, exactly. So did you see her? She did like this. No, so for a guy, that hand movement means something. But my point was that you can't go to court when the girl has gone to report you and ruin your reputation. You can't go to court and say, my lord, she gave me green light. That's not actionable. You understand? Because, for God's sake, an email. This one, the girl sent an email. Oh, I loved last night. Last night was enjoyable. I love you. Thanks for everything. You got me those tickets for this Met Gala, something. That's Harvey Weinstein that is in prison now for 23 years. The day after the rape, she's sending emails. She went to cyber cafe to type email to say
Thank him.
to thank you.
Appreciation.
Email. I still went to jail.
He brought it. He said, "Sir, this is what happened. These are the girls. These are the girls that as in, you know what I said? Remember one of the last videos we talked about? I said that having Weinstein is the #1 practitioner of consent in this world. People don't get consent the way Harvey Weinstein does. Because Harvey Weinstein say, okay, you want to act this film, you want to get this role, have sex with me. You will get the role. And they had sex with him and they got the role. That is straight.
Is that a bad thing from your perspective? Okay. Is that a bad thing?
It's what a bad thing.
For example, I have a company. Right? For example, I told you we had this conversation.
Yeah, we did.
I have a company.
The video is coming out,
right?
I think.
And I hired all kinds of people, male, female. And for my secretary, I say I want a girl that I can travel with, I can have sex with when like I'm on. It's not like I'll rape her, but like if she's around, if we're in the private jet,
stop! You are supposed to do it.
We have sex, and maybe in my office when I'm on it, like just
quickly, just to clear my head, so I can reduce stress.
So now maybe I hire now without intent.
But it was communicated.
Yeah, it was communicated. Like this is what I want. This is how this is this kind of girl I want for this group.
Okay.
Right?
This is what I want.
Yes, and maybe some people are qualified. But overqualified, but they don't want to have sex with me. Okay. And I refuse to hire them for that role. Okay. Right?
Yes.
And it happens to be that a girl finally comes that yes, I very interested in it. And then maybe after 2 years, I maybe give her 5 million. And I get another person for the room.
For our trouble.
Right? And maybe that's what I do. And after 10 years, all of them now come and say, I'm exploiting and harassing them.
Yeah.
And
sexual assault, sexual misconduct.
Does that make any sense?
It doesn't actually.
But people are dying. People are going to prison for that.
The same thing with
That's what happens.
That's what happened. There's this one, a top CEO for a news agency.
Yes. Les Moonves for ABC.
Yes.
Les Moonves.
Yeah, that they said he have sex with
any producer or director that wants to get promoted, they know what to do. They know you go and sleep with Oga. And Oga will say, okay, come, don't worry now, my daughter. Bam.
So
then after they've been promoted, after they've gotten the monetary benefits, they now remember Me Too.
Me Too movement. Does that make sense? Like
for me, there's no better consent than that.
So our take on that is that Nas said on the last podcast we did that if women support women, build companies, organizations, and hire women for most roles, women won't go through the
sexual harassment at the workplace
phase and all the things they claim they go through with men. Do you feel women support women? On a general
note.
I feel like men are more loyal to themselves. That's what I mean. Like,
how do you mean?
You guys are always backing yourself. I don't know how it is. People are always like.
What? Women don't back themselves. Why?
I'm not saying we don't. I mean, some of.
Okay, can you give like a famous example?
Like before you do that, let me tell you something. If you say men are loyal to themselves, right? Yeah. I disagree with that. The woman needs help now, right? The first 20 people should call is going to be guys, and 60% will help. 60% of the guys should call will help. If a guy needs help, right, he will call his guys, but you are not guaranteed.
It's not 60% of the guys that you call that will give you help.
Those guys, let's say a girl and a guy,
the same relationship level,
asks the same number of guys,
10 people,
the same
10 guys, 10 men,
10 to a guy and a girl asks 10 guys for help. 7 will help the girl.
Yes, and girls have those men in a group for contact.
There's and that's what they do now. That let me just break
identity.
Not even the identity. 80% of my female friends have a business.
Anything wrong with that?
No.
Okay.
I'm happy for you that I have a business. My point is, it is not that girlfriends that are buying those things. It is we that are buying those things, and you must buy, because if you don't buy, you are stingy, and you continue. Do you understand? It's we understand the game, the technique.
It's true.
But it's a
and they're leveraging their sexuality against you.
Yeah.
Because with men and women, there's no such thing as we're friends. That's a lie.
You're never really friends,
right?
man.
Like that's a way of ignoring biological reality. When you see a woman and she's attractive, I can't even be looking at you all the time, to be honest. when you see a woman, that's why sometimes I look at you. When you see a woman and she's attractive, your brain is clouded. You can't think very well. You're like,
it's true. But
So-
you're not supposed to.
yeah,
They don't want you to.
yeah, exactly.
So
You're
it's like,
supposed to act on every like.
Not, but
yeah.
like
a beautiful woman.
Down
But yes, but a
there.
beautiful woman is confusing. She has that effect. That's why they put things on their eyes,
Ah.
right? Right, to help to draw you in. I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
if it's like someone's, yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no problem. So that's the thing. Like, that's what the guys who are going to send her help is because they believe that they can cash in those chips.
Exactly.
If I give her money, maybe one day she'll
One day
consent to me if I make the
So we
offer.
have to, well, like in friendship,
Mm.
there's always like a give and take. If you're
True.
helping your friend, you expect them to help you when you're also in
In
need,
need,
right.
right? But does it have to be in?
If I ask the girl for money, will she give me?
If
Most-
I mean,
Some will give.
would,
But those are like miraculous
Yeah,
angel
miraculous
girls that God
angel.
sends by himself.
Exactly.
If you ask, okay.
But the thing is that I won't expect you to give me money, so I want something else.
The only thing a man,
Yeah,
the only
it
thing,
takes
the only thing a man wants from a woman is
Is that it?
Yes.
yummy.
Just that.
What
Then you
again?
guys need to do better, man.
Like what?
No, I
What-
don't.
what
You
do
need to do better. Why is that the only thing you guys need to offer?
I don't know why. No, not offer.
Okay.
Collect.
so
Want
collect.
what you want
But
to eat. Want to eat.
that's
Want to
easy.
sorry. Want to eat meat.
wait. Have you seen some of these girls?
Okay.
Like, have you seen some of these? I need to ask so that you
That's
can
true.
understand. Like,
You know she's a woman now, so she's not used to it. She doesn't understand.
Like,
We are suffering, right?
have you seen some of these girls? Like, I are saying people should.
I know the funny thing about harassment. A fine girl can come to the office and how are you? A girl looking at me and fine, and I'm attracted to her and touching me like this, for me is
It's
harassment.
yes.
Like the same way a girl thinks that a guy looking at her like this is harassment.
I have a friend in my office.
It's true.
If she's going to watch this episode now, she'll know she's the one I'm talking to. She'll do like this. She'll touch my breast and touch my nipple and say, you know, I like to play with you. And I'm
Real life.
That's harassment. That's
In the
sexual
office.
harassment.
Then have you told her that if she's harassing you?
why would I tell her she's harassing me?
Wait, why are you smiling?
I like it now. Why would I tell her she's harassing me?
But the act itself is harassment,
Yes,
isn't
sir.
it? I think, yeah, so as you said,
That's what I said. The only difference between harassment and flirting is because you like the person. You don't
if you remember, we told the story of Mr. Nwosu, right? It's on an earlier pod where the woman came and said that the man is harassing her. Why? He asked her if she has a boyfriend, if she's married. He asked her, and she said, this is what she said, this was the main thing she said. She said that he was looking at me up and down like this, that he was undressing me with his eyes. And they went to court on it. I'm like, so he can't admire your dressing, your sexy
because
dressing.
she doesn't like it.
She said she's the first person to go to university in our generation, white woman, that she's the first person to go to a university in her generation that she feels assaulted, she feels embarrassed. I'm Mr. Wose, a Nigerian guy. In UK, this was UK, it wasn't Nigeria. So it's like that. I don't know what she's talking about. I was just complimenting her. She looks very nice. And she said that she's undressing me. A man is undressing you with his eyes. So what happens when someone is beating you in the street? Or when you go drinking and you get drunk and you can't control anything that you're doing?
So what happened to the man? What was the baby?
We covered the story. I can't remember. The story just came back to me because of the workplace thing. Anyways, so I think that this whole issue of consent what we see it because as a man understands consent from a verbal perspective, a woman understands consent from an emotional, non-verbal perspective, I think.
In most cases.
Right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, because a girl like you with your guy, the consent was denied or withdrawn because emotionally you were not attracted to him. So you didn't, it's like, ugh. But if you like the guy already, you don't even need to. So the subject of consent doesn't even come up.
Even if it does.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Drop the EP, that legit. Top 5 in the city, competitions right here. Swear. All I know now, so miles no got no time. Slime, I got my lines. Up tempo, make I catch my vibe. Yeah, look, chopsticks, yeah. Shout out Ice Prince walking, I'm giving my all to the art. 80% of my best from the heart. Me, I believe in being creative. I put in the time and I put in the work. I put on my tata, I give all to God. Trust in the process, believing in me. Everything calm in due time, guy. Wait for your time, make it no kind of rush. Yeah, me know they dog, I know be baller. Roll up the love, make we touch on cloud nine. I do it for the love and I do it for the city. Every J saying God, what? Me not a bad guy. Again.